Hi everybody, I want to introduce you to a concept of brush presets. Now if you use selective tools, which are these ones up here like the spot removal, red eye correction, which I've never used to be honest, grad, radial or brush, you can actually save away all the settings to what's called a preset. Like many bits of software you can have presets. If we click on this brush now, it comes up with all these settings. You can see you've got there's lots of shadows open there and everything. So I'm going to double click on that to zero it. So if you ever do want to use a brush, double clicking on the word effect zeros it, and next to it you've got this drop down here. These are all the presets. So if you click on one of these, it will zero everything and put the clarity, if you go for clarity, up to a moderate amount. But on this next one, a little bit further down, this next panel here, you can see there's some more creative ones like teeth whitening, soften skin, mega sky, that's one of mine, iris enhance, that's when you want to make people's eyes glow a little bit, food bright sharp, that's something I've added just to add glare, magic to a bit of food, and ego brush, which is what I'm going to show you. So what's an ego brush? I've got this picture of some rocks here, and what I call it an ego brush because it's all about me. It's like, it makes something stand out. It gives it a little bit of flair. You can call it whatever you want. What I tend to do if I want something to stand out is a couple of things. I will add sharpness. So I'm going to add sharpness. I'm going to put it to about 50. I will add clarity, which I'll put to about 30. And I will add a bit of white, which I'll put to about 20, about 25 maybe. And maybe I'm not sold on texture really, but I might just put it up to about 6 or 7, just to add a little. There you go, 9. Yeah, I think that's not a bad little starting point. So if you were now to start drawing on these rocks, if you wanted to draw attention to those, I'll just show you where I'm drawing by clicking on this show mask overlay, and I haven't got the auto mask fixed on. This is worth knowing about auto mask. It makes the brush a little bit more aware of edges of things. So if you look at this, it's not perfect. If you want to get perfect, do go into Photoshop, but you can see it's trying not to go off these edges. So if we just wanted to now let's take off the tick so you can see what's actually happened. Have you noticed how much brighter they are? Well, if you can't really tell, you can toggle the effect off with this little switch. There we go, off, on. It's a subtle little change, but the cool thing is, once you've done the little brush, you can think, okay, maybe you want to open up those shadows a little bit on the left hand side there, so you can see a bit more of that rock. It's a start point. So whenever you want to do something like that, I'll just revert to my 25 whites, clarity and sharpness, those 3 things. And now here's the cool thing, you can go into custom, this drop down, and save current settings as new preset. Okay, and I'm going to call it ego brush 2. I've already got ego brush, but just for the purposes of showing you how this works, I'm going to create another one. Create, and now you see it's in this drop down. So if I went to tint, it would give us a tint, but now if you look down, ego brush 2 is there, and ping, out they pop. So that's a really handy brush.